Hi, my name is Tatsiana Tkachova. I am a documentary photographer based in Minsk, Belarus, and today I want to introduce my work about women who had abortion. When I studied at the University of Culture and Arts, I realized that I wanted to be a photographer. So I don't remember why I had such a desire and what it was connected with, but I guess I wanted to be a photographer and I wanted to tell stories and thus express myself. Abortion is a very personal topic for me. My mother became pregnant for the second time after the Chernobyl tragedy, and she was afraid of the consequences. And it was the reason why she and my dad decided to have an abortion. Then, from time to time, I heard different stories from women and men who had their own position on the topic of abortion. So at some point, I realized that I wanted to make a story. I started the preparation, and first of all, I met with a gender researcher in Minsk. Her name is Елена Горелышева, because I wanted to understand how the topic of abortion is displayed in the society as a whole and not only in Belarus. But of course, the Belarusian context was also important to me because I am living here, and then I began to look for women. It was a very difficult process to find them. For a long time, I couldn't find women who would agree to take part in the project, and I understand them because I don't know if I could tell a stranger from the street something very personal to me. I took a break, and after I took the first photo, which eventually went into the final story, this photo is the first in my story. I put this photo on all social networks where I could and wrote that I was looking for women in order to tell a story about abortion. And a miracle happened. All the women wrote to me themselves. Then I met with them separately, and women told me their stories. At some point, I had to start thinking, how can I make my story visually? And I thought for a long time about this, and I tried different options, but then the decision came by itself. Some women didn't mind me showing their faces, but most women didn't want to show their faces, and of course I understand them. I thought that I would photograph women from the back at their home. And when I took the first photo, I realized that everything was starting to take shape. On the one hand, there is a sphere of life for every person which he has the right not to show to the society, and this is a private matter. And on the other hand, it is an allusion to a society that doesn't accept the opinions and choices of the people, of other people. So when I work on a project, I try on not to come up with the too metaphorical images. Everything should come from the heart and from organically. And later, after time passes, I started thinking why I put them. So why such color and light and so on? But I almost never think about these questions while working. On the contrary, I try as far as possible to dive into the topic and the story into a different person, and it is really important for me. I tried to research the topic of abortion and make the project the most natural I could. And I didn't want anyone to be able to tell me by looking at my project that I'm for or against. And it was very important to me because in such situation, such difficult situation, there is no single solution. So, and I really wanted this story to be understood by any woman and any man on this planet. Of course, the local context also plays a role, but I wanted to make the story so that everyone could feel it, regardless of place, of birth, and other circumstances.